Hey everybody, welcome to Go Get It by Getitlex Motivational Mindset, the podcast. So today we back again with another interview. Y'all know how we do. We here with Bravo, my man Bravo. So I greatly appreciate you coming on here. Shout out to you. You got a bunch of stuff going on. Um, and like I seen you out. I know of you. I know about you a little bit. So I'm gonna give you the floor so you can tell the people who you are.
First and foremost, I appreciate you for the platform. Dope. You shout out to Lex, y'all. Y'all shout Lex out. Give her flowers while she's still here. And for those who do not know, I am Bravo. Just a regular guy, entrepreneurship, clothing lines, music, battle rap. But I'm sure we're gonna get into all of that though.
No question. So I gotta let them know you are my birthday twin. We
Oh, facts.
Capricorns. You know what I'm saying? We
Capricorn.
big dogs out here. So it's not a
Facts.
surprise that you grinding because that's what we do. A Capricorn know how to get them some
Hmm.
coins. So we already know that. So let's take it back. I want to start off by you kind of explaining like who you are from the beginning, like your childhood. How were you raised? Where you from? You from the city? How you get into entrepreneurship?
Yeah. Born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. MCV Hospital. Shout out to MCV, the nurses that brought me into this world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Yeah, born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. Raised by my mom, my grandma, my father. Back and forth and everything. And regular kid was out there, hillside projects, playing basketball, running around, acting crazy with a temper. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, grew up, started liking. I emerged from doing sports to music, and my pops, he's been in the business for 30 years. Shout out to my dad. He does home improvement, and he's the person who actually taught me. He put a hammer in my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from him, and went from music to eventually doing some time. Came home, got myself together, started picking up the craft of crafting, anywhere from handmade jewelry to regular jewelry, and also the craft of home improvement. So hone my skills in that, and now I'm a business owner
Shout out to
of
you.
multiple businesses.
All right, boom. So you said music, right? So let's talk about that first. Let's get into the music scene. Like, why you felt like music was your lane? Like, how did you jump out there and
Good question. All right, so boom. Um, my grandma, Charmin Wilson, rest in peace, Charmin Wilson. She was the she played a lot of oldie but goodies. I'd be in the living room dancing from Luther to TLC, and music just became completely embedded in me. You know what I'm saying? So I've always loved music, and then what made me actually started rapping um, was Rakim. Shout out to Rakim, one of the goats. And from there, started. I didn't really take it seriously. I just write a little rhyme here and there, and but a lot of my cousins rapping, they were crazy. So I was kind of a late bloomer when it came to that. I ain't really take it serious until I actually got incarcerated. When I met a lot of dope lyricists. You know what I mean? My brothers Saddam, Jazz Wise, and PH. So we had formed a group called Smash Incorporated while we was incarcerated, and we used to put on like crazy shows. Be in the yard, we all going back and forth. We got the whole yard around us, you know what I'm saying? And people be surprised how much that type of camaraderie could really mentally keep people going within that system.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Brothers that can actually do that, put words together, paint pictures and things that they can relate to. Because we all know music is a universal language. So even somebody banging on the table sounded like drums, kicks, hi-hat. We made
mm-hmm,
we made it work, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
that was our way to all communicate and to transfer some sort of positive energy within the chaos. You know what I'm saying? So then I came home after 10 years and got with a studio called Two Beyond Studios. For those who may or may not know, shout out to Two Beyond Studios. It used to be on Sam's Ave at the Split, beside Anton's Barbershop and Ponchino's.
Okay, okay.
Oh, look, Ponchino. You said Ponchino.
Yeah,
You know
okay.
that. Jamaican. Oh, everybody loves Jamaican. See, there we
Everybody,
go.
yeah.
Music.
That's
It
it. That's
correlate.
it.
That use that to correlate to something. That's
Right.
crazy. So yeah. Besides Ponchino, shout out to them. Shout out to my brother Khalid. And me and my cousin, two of my cousins, T Mac and Showstar, we formed a group called the Big League and started doing all types of shows. Put out a project. Uh started doing shows with live instrumentation. So rappers with live instrumentation behind them. That was a crazy combination. And eventually, from there, I dropped my first project on my grandma's birthday, and that joint did pretty well. And I received a ton of love from that, and from there, actually went into do this battle rap thing with DTL. A lot at a competition, and I ended up winning that competition in downtown, the downtown DTL Lock at that time. And they gave me a free ticket to New York to Rubber Track Studio, Converse Rubber Track Studio, to battle for the United States Championship in battle rap. Ended up
Okay.
winning that. Yeah, yeah, ended up winning that. So I won the whole entire tournament, and then that's how I ended up on Sway in the morning. So I had to go back to New York, did a couple freestyles with Sway and Vado. And that joint turned it up. That turned out real crazy. That was fun. That was a dope experience. I met Kevin Bacon there. He just so happened to pop up in the studio with Sway. So that was super wild. For those who don't know Kevin Bacon there, that's an actor from Stir Echoes. So that was super wild. That was my first celebrity actually seeing in the movies. You know what I'm saying? So that was super
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, that was super great. That was wild. That changed my whole perspective on a lot of things. So, but then I had a child, my baby boy, and kind of slowed down from music because once them kids come in, ain't no longer about you. It's about
Nah,
them. You know what I'm
straight up.
saying? So music had to slow down. I had to pick one. That was an easy choice for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So I had some, but some had to give. You know what I mean? Because at that time, music wasn't really, that wasn't nothing that was a hobby. Because if you're not making a particular amount of money on it to be able to fund all your expenses and responsibilities, then it's just a hobby. So therefore, I took on home improvement. Well, actually, no, jewelry first. So I started getting into making bracelets. And this is one on right here. By the way, Jariyah&Co. So I named it after my son and everything.
Mhm.
Uh, me and my business partner Jay, shout out to Jay. We also created handmade company called Personalized. Well, actually, it was Benita Apple Charms first, because we
Mhm.
named it after the Tribe Called Quest song, Benita Apple
Oh
the
yeah.
Benita Apple Bomb. Yeah, but we named it Benita Apple Charms. So we kind of ran with the
So
music thing, right? Kind of ran with the music thing with a bunch of the sales, and it went crazy. Then I page eventually something happened to the page where we no longer keep that name, so we ended up transitioning it to Personalized, where you can get personal, um, wholesale jewelry from polymer made out of polymer clay and natural stones and things of that nature.
mhm.
So we still doing that actually now, and now went from that to a little bit of everything, which is the home improvement business, and here we are.
And here we are. So let's
Here we
rewind it
are.
back, right? So the battle rap. So I never really. The only time I mean, I used to see it on the movies and stuff like that. So describe that scene. Like they have that scene here in Richmond, the battle rap, and they still have that.
Oh, oh, absolutely. I'm actually one of the owners. Shout out to my other two co-owners, Radio B and Nicholas F. I'm sure a lot of people in the music scene know them because Radio B also has something he throws every month called RVA Rap Elite.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying, that joint is pretty much right now the mecca of open mics and Richmond hip hop. But anyway, yeah, we all three. Well, actually it started with LOC, a group called LOC, Battle League called LOC, which started with me, Rock Stages, and the likes of Big Genya, Moon, a lot of battle rappers like that. That's where a lot of us, kind of made our name from. And then eventually me and Radio hooked up with Nicholas Elfin. Here we are with Southpaw Battle Coalition. And it's crazy. Battle rap is bigger than people really think in Richmond because we actually got a couple of guys from Richmond who are on URL, which is
Mm-hmm.
right now the biggest battle rap scene in the world because they are actually in partnership with Caffeine with Drake, and Smack. Shout out to Smack White. They're in partnership. So now, right now, battle rap is actually a multi-million-dollar business at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do people like? So is it just a word of mouth thing, or is this like how do people find out where these nights are, like these open mic nights or these battle rap scenes? Like even people who don't rap that just want to go or just want to experience it, like how do they find it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Word of mouth is one of the fastest ways to promote. You know what I mean? So it's definitely word of mouth in social media, of course, from Instagram, which is our Southpaw Battle Coalition, at Southpaw Battle Coalition. Same thing as the Facebook page. You can hear from any of the battle rappers who will be participating in it. So it's just a matter of you guys connecting with either I or someone you know who knows battle rap or knows of it and tuning in, or go straight to the link and figure out what days we're going to actually have events. But we're going to have one coming up pretty soon, probably in October. So we'll make sure I send that link to you and you'll know ahead of time so you can be able to promote it on your page as well.
Right, definitely will. So what? So do you like with your company, with your battle with Southpaw Coalitions? Do you travel? Like, do you take people with you when you go? I mean, how does that work? Like, is it like in different places, or is that just here in Richmond?
Well, it's actually battle rap in itself is actually all over the world. But we're particularly home based in Richmond. We try to keep it in Richmond because that's one of the few things that we actually have that people can come in and don't worry about getting shot at, stabbed, or you know what I mean.
Right.
And it's always a positive energy within what we do. Fortunately, we've never ever had an incident where that anything like that has ever had. So we're fortunate enough, and that's the other thing. People think about battle rap and they think it's something bound to happen, but the kind of energy and the way we present ourselves and carry ourselves is a respect level there, and people just came to hear bars.
Right, right. So the scene, the hip hop scene in Richmond, how do you feel like it's getting better, like as far as people noticing the talent? You do?
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because like I was mentioning on my homies, RBA rapper lead. A lot of that is you having people coming from Hampton to New York, North Carolina, coming everywhere just to be in that environment and feel that energy because brothers is rapping now and it don't matter what age, from my age to youngest, 17, 18, because you can actually get it to where you can be 18 and older. So if anybody from the younger crowd want to actually listen to it or come see it, you can get in. You know what I mean? So it's definitely grown, especially compared to when we first started, because it was a lot of crab in the barrel mentality, you know what I mean? And now you see brothers collab with each other, batting each other's albums and projects, sharing each other's albums and projects. So it's definitely a lot more love now.
Right. So can you so as long as you've been doing this battle rap and how long, first of all, how long have you actually had your own um how long have you had your company with the battle rap?
Uh, I started battle rapping in 2012, and the first LOC started in 2013, I believe. Then now I think we're with Southpaw Battle Coalition. I believe it's going on 6 years, 6 or 7 years now. So that's a huge feat within itself because a lot of things just don't last that long when it comes to trying to create something from nothing. So
Right.
and we did it, and we did it. So and we're gonna continue to do so.
So
Excuse
look,
me, I
I
don't know
want you
why
to
my
describe.
screen is dropping.
So
I'm gonna
look,
do
I want
something.
shit. Look, and then I dropped my damn thing. I can't keep cussing on here.
No, you good. I'm over here just switching up. I should have did this at first. Here we go. All right, let's try it like this. My bad, y'all.
It's all good. This live and it's raw, so
Boom.
this is
There
a
we go.
part
All
of
right, we
it.
lit now. All right, there we go. We
Yeah.
better now.
So look, so as long as you've been doing it right, I want to tap into your mind. I want you to describe like a high that you can remember, like a point where you was like, man, this is like, yeah, like I love this, and then like a low where you kind of question if this was the right thing for you to do. Can you describe that? I mean, can you like
My
Take us
I
there.
didn't mean to cut you off, but you went kind of low. I don't know if it
I
was
went
me
low.
or
I think it
yeah.
was you because I had the same.
I turned my chain up though.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. All
Good,
right.
perfect. But you can't hear me.
So it's yours then.
It's
It's
not
yours.
mine. I can hear you.
I
Hold
don't.
on. My AirPods, I don't know. I ain't do nothing different. The only thing happened was I dropped one on the floor.
Say something again.
Uh, can you hear me?
All right.
You can hear me
I'm
better?
ready. I can hear you.
All right, all right. So I was saying, like, so as long as you've been doing it, I know it's been like ups and downs, right? Highs and lows of your whole music career, everything. But as far as the battle rapping, can you describe like a high that was like, oh yeah, this for me, like this definitely what I'm doing. And I want you to describe a low where you kind of like question if this was the right path that you wanted to take.
And we're speaking on in battle rap.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna start with the lows. I always like to get the negative out, then there's the positive, right? So
Yeah,
the
right.
lows is definitely I say when business wise, when it comes to battle rap, when you know you got some super dope that you got planned, that you promoted, you put the effort and the work into, and you don't see the return in terms of attendance.
Mm-hmm.
So basically everything just be coming out of your pocket and it becomes a loss because you ain't get the amount of people that you needed to reach that quota that you needed to reach. And outside of that, sometimes a little bit of the trolling that some of the battle rappers do, it be just a little too much. But I know it's entertainment at the end of the day, so guys tend to put a little extra spice on to whether it's promotion or how they acting. But outside of that, it's all highs to me because lyricism is a high in itself to me. So I'm probably a little bit of bias when it comes to that versus some of the new age rapping. But I've always been a person that can sit there and listen to someone rap without even a beat because of the substance that I'm gaining and I'm receiving from it. So that's
Right.
all, and that's how it translates in battle rap as well. Of course, you're gonna have some. It's all gonna be preference. Some people talk about a lot of guns and killers. Some people don't curse. So you know what I mean. So it's such a huge variety of lyricism that no matter what type of walk of life that you've been through, you can relate to something or someone in battle rap.
Right. That's a fact. Because everybody go through stuff, and it's all. I mean, it's basically a story. I would say, like a story. Um, when you put your words together and shit comes to your mind, like it's coming from somewhere, an imagination, whatever. It's like a story. So I can see that. But so I from battle rapping to making jewelry, right? How did that come about? Like, how did you feel like? I mean, that's like a what word did
360,
I?
right? To
Yeah,
allow.
like that's something that's totally opposite. So how did that come about? Like, how did you go from, you on the scene, you rapping, and then now you making jewelry.
All right, so this is almost a triple entendre, right? Because in essence, battle rap is art.
True.
Making jewelry is art.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a different type of art that you're exploring. So I used to draw as well. And actually I still draw. We're drawing with my son and everything. So drawing is another art. I'm a writer. Writing is an art. So everything I'm all of that merges into one thing, which is being a creator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always been a creative person. So when my partner introduced it to me, I was trash.
You was trash.
I was
Oh
super
yeah.
trash. I made my first bracelet. That jam was awful, bro. That jam was super awful, right? But I'm such a fashionable person. I started utilizing that natural eye for putting clothes together and matching it with jewelry. I'm like, man, I got on these J's, or I got on this and I got on that. Let me try to make something that I think will look good on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So started doing that and everything, and it came out a lot better. So and mainly with me was a bunch of male pieces at first, So then I wanted to challenge myself and do female pieces. Got better at that, and then we started eventually merging into polymer clay. For those who don't know, polymer clay is just regular clay in a sense that you could just mold things into, and you just bake it. It hardens up. You'd be surprised how many people in this world make jewelry and it's made out of clay. Even stores like Michael's got it as well. So we merged with that, and it's just been something that I've been loving to do ever since.
So, what has the response been like as far as people? I mean, I know you like it. Of course, it's your business. So, how was the initial response like as far as you selling it, promoting it? How did you do that?
It was real dope because one, a lot of people know me. So with that, it started with people that knew me that wanted to support the things that I was a part of. You know what I'm saying? And that translated to word of mouth. Other people, guys that bought, or women that bought something. Hey, look at this. They see one of their friends want something, and it just grows from there. And then also social media helps as well. And the response has been pretty low. Obviously, anything else in business, you have your highs and your lows, and you might have be booming for this small period of time, then it slows down and it picks back up. You gotta weather those storms when it's down, and take advantage of figuring out other ways to be able to expand your market and the value. So you just gotta take advantage of the valuable time that you got with it.
Right. But with all these other things, all your business, I mean, making things like that seems like it takes a little piece of time, some time. So how do you find the time to sit down and, be creative and focus on that one, what you have to do as far as your jewelry. And then, you battle rapping too, you got that bit. So how you manage that time?
Oh well, I got an exact twin brother. So like we rotate. No.
Oh, I was ready to say, hold on, we ain't talking about this.
To make the time feel like that's what you need, another you, right?
Yeah,
so,
a whole nother person, right?
Hey, I don't know. It's just a matter of, see, I feel like people make time for who and what they want to do. So that's just it. It no longer becomes excuses, because when you think about it, if you just sitting there, you wake up in the morning and you sit there on social media for about 20-30 minutes scrolling down, liking somebody's page, that was 30 minutes right there that you could have made something that was going to be profitable to you.
Exactly.
So it's just time management and really having the discipline to weigh your options on what's more beneficial to you.
Right. So how do they get your jewelry? Where can they find it? Do you have a website?
Okay, well, yeah, you can find the handmade bracelets and you can find all of that on Jariyah&Co on Instagram. That's Jariy. Excuse me, I almost spelled my child name wrong.
Oh, you can't do that.
JARIYAH_co, and then you can find it on Instagram. And you'd be good. Check out everything. We got men bracelets, female bracelets, earrings. I probably start doing waist beads.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you don't play on. I mean, I think a few months ago, I invested in some press on nails. I was gonna start doing press on nails too.
What?
Hey, entrepreneurship has no limits, and it has no gender.
It don't. That's dope though. Like some men just don't think too much outside the box like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that female's gonna buy it. I mean, it's there for them. That's what we like. We like stuff like that, jewelry, nails. I mean, waist beads. you can never go wrong with waist beads.
But big facts. And another thing that plays a part in this too is having people around you that believe in you and support what your vision you have, and even send you help put you on the right direction, because you may not have a direction, and then having someone in your ear that don't want to see you be great, that also plays a part too, because sometimes be times when we don't want to wake up in the morning and do nothing, and you get a call from somebody like, nah, dog, that ain't what it is, we don't do that, come on, we gotta go do this. That's always super dope. You become the people you'll be around at times.
Yep. I mean, at this point in time, that really is what it's about. I mean, if you around somebody who's business minded and always focused on getting up and getting some bread, and 9 times out of 10, either you're gonna become like that or you just gonna stop dealing with that person. I mean, it's either or. So like it's really, really, I think now it's more important than ever to surround yourself, especially if you're an entrepreneur, to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs. I mean, to me, it's just like you see somebody doing, I want that, teach me. I want to learn, like show me how you got there. You know what I'm saying? Or not even show me, let me watch. Let me watch you and let me get what I can get up off that. And that's the reason why I started this podcast too, because I want people to be able to see it's so many people just like you that, I mean, shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with social media, it's just kind of everything seemed like from one person to another saying it happens overnight when it don't. You know what I'm saying? Like success don't happen overnight. And being an entrepreneur is tough. Like you really, it's not for the weak at all. And if that's what you want to do, it's really important that you surround yourself with business-minded people, like-minded people, like, feed off what you feed off what I know type of situation. And it's no other way around it for real. It is not no other way around
that's a fact. And I was blessed enough to actually have an advantage because one of my business partners is a female. And guys, you humble yourselves, man, because they got a different type of intuition, bro, that we just don't possess. You know what I'm saying? So being humble enough to receive that information that she gonna give you, and 9 times out of 10, she not gonna steer you wrong, especially when she believe in you. Know what I mean? You gotta have them kind of people around you, or else they ain't your friends, they ain't your associates, they not beneficial at all. So you need to get from around them because you could be potentially missing out on something that you didn't even know you possessed.
And a lot of times you can just run into people and you can just run into random people that don't even know you, and they'll show you they believe in you more than people that see you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that be watching this, or a lot of people just be like, keep going or keep doing this. People I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? That really be putting a battery in my back. Like you don't even know me, but you believe in what I'm doing. And for everybody who come on here and just talk, like they believe in my goal, my mission. So it's not always the person you sleeping beside or you've been knowing for 10, 15 years that's going to give you that push or that's going to, be happy or believe in you. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, and it's so encouraging to run into people that just can give you that, you know what I'm saying, free of charge. You know what I mean? Like it just give you motivation or just, give you some type of push, and it's free. Like it's genuine. It's genuine. And that's like, it's awesome. Like just for y'all to come on here and talk, it's just like, oh yeah. they feel me. They feel me. You know what I mean? So rolling into your next lane of business, which is your clothing line, because I see you have on your shirt. Show me your shirt.
Oh yeah, Wisdom Apparel. Oh, hold on, this thing is backwards. Yeah, Wisdom Apparel and everything. I made this too. This is made out of clay, by the way.
So, that's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat because I got 2 cats. So I'm representing my cats right now. Jada, Kiss, and Nas. You know what I mean?
I just the cats, but it's dope though. You made it.
Huh?
You made that?
Yeah. Yeah, and right there is that's a natural stone right there. That's called a Super 7. Super 7 basically has it has 7 natural stones in it. And we can get into the metaphysical properties and everything on another time, because that's a whole different ball game right there. But natural stones is something that a lot of people I think should get into.
Oh yeah, I be seeing that kind of stuff like on Instagram. It's like the healing properties and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time out and I'm gonna learn that. So I like the whole natural herbal. All the stuff they got going on right now is like as far as like the healing natural stuff. I think that's dope. I can't wait till I can find somebody that can come on here and talk about that kind of stuff too, because there's a lot of people that's trying to get into that.
Facts. And men and my brothers, and listen, ain't nothing wrong with self-care too. Like I throw that tea tree oil on. I do facial scrubs, steams, like things of that nature. I've been taking care of my feet because I got ugly feet. So at some point in time, you can't treat your feet bad, because then when you can't walk no more, then you can be pushing them janks. So
you need them feet.
Fact, need them feet. I think feet is the ugly thing in the world anyway. The word feet is ugly, but you got to take care of the word. Let's say it right quick. Watch you laugh.
Feet.
Feet. That is a horrible word. Feet. It sounds crazy, right? It sounds like beats, and I hate beats.
I know.
So I don't,
beets is good.
I don't do feet. I don't do beats.
You talking about like the vegetable, the beet? Beet?
Huh?
You talking about the vegetable? The beets? The red one?
I hate
They
beats.
good. Beets is good. That's some old
I knew
food.
you was crazy, bro. No, anybody eat beets is crazy. Stay away from me, y'all. Stay away from me.
Really?
Crazy. Beets, squash. No, you can't do that.
Put a little bit of seasoned sauce, some seasoning on that squash, man. You can't. It don't taste like nothing, and you just gotta put some seasoning on it. That's it.
I can't talk because I get picked on about putting chocolate on steak.
What?
I have an acquired taste. Yeah, see, don't knock it until you try it. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock it until you try it. Like, a little bit of chocolate drizzle on a steak.
So you
it balances out. It balances out the salt with the sugar. It ain't nothing but like a steak sauce.
If you say so.
you be surprised who would have thought to put peanut butter and jelly together.
That's true. That's true. I don't know what genius came up with that. I hate peanut butter and jelly. So.
And the first time somebody said it, they probably looked at it like they was crazy too.
Right. Oh. And then they put in that joint smack. And they ate that sandwich.
Is your slamming.
Motherfucking peanut butter stuck at the top of the roof of your mouth. I hate that. Ugh. Disgusting. Anyways, let's jump back into your clothing line. So I want to hear about, like, how did that come about? How did you get this idea? We already know, you fashionable, you like, be crafty or whatever, but like, how did you create this clothing line?
I actually started with music. Created we had hoodies, and we the TBL hoodies with and then we came out with hoodies that actually had built-in headphones to them. So you put the hoodie on, you can listen to the music with the jaws and everything. Yeah, that jam was. What? We thought we had one. We thought that was gonna be it right there.
That sounds sweet though.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it didn't. I mean, it did okay, but we ended up not going with it. Then I came out with a clothing line called Jariyah&Co at first, which is French for I survive. You know what I'm saying? It went from Jariyah&Co to now my transition part which is on wisdom, and the logo is an owl. You know what I mean? Just representing wisdom, because they say the owl is wise. So that was the correlation for that, and it's just a matter of continuing to come up with different styles that can relate to all different types of people and see what happens. So I did Letterman jackets, female apparel, men apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, V-necks. I did a jacket, a Letterman jacket, and something else. But just trying to continue to create different ways to reach out to people who are fashionable.
So do you have that now? You still have, like, are you still pushing your clothing line? Like, is that something that's
at the moment, no, because the other me, he on vacation, so so I gotta wait for him to come back. But I'm gonna try to relaunch it in the fall time. Come up with some new ideas and some new styles and see what happens. But the page is still up on Instagram, which is Wisdom Apparel. That's WIZDEM Apparel, APPAREL. My spelling is for to be a rapper. My spelling is off right now.
Today, yes, you are not. You know what? That's just because we live. That's all. You trying to, you know what I mean? Get it out, make sure it's right.
Get it together.
Right. That's it. I mean, it's raw though, so we good. So as far as your clothing, like, you still have merch for people to purchase, or it's not? That's on hold.
Well, that's gonna be for the relaunch. So everything previous to that has already been sold out. So now for the relaunch, we'll probably do like a fall collection. Something not real big is gonna make it exclusive. I really want to do it to where this time it's actually every single piece is one of one. So you'll never find nobody. Because like when you go to a regular store, especially don't go into a store where everybody going to, because you're gonna find yourself having the same shirt on with everybody else. And I don't like that. I want to walk in and I want to feel like I am literally the only one who has this piece of item.
True, Cap. That's a Capricorn for you, because I swear I don't. I really go away from the stuff that everybody be on. Like, I really just be Yeah, I don't want to look like nobody else either. Like, and I love to find custom pieces like that. Like, that's a dope idea because there's a lot of people who, individuality is like big right now. Like, people just put on whatever they want, they wear whatever they want, they make their clothes look good. People, other than like the Jordan heads and the DTLR people. And no shade, no none of that. But it's just people who just like they stuff from certain places and they don't care, they whatever. But then you have other people who, they're unique, they put on whatever they want to put on, and they make their clothes speak for themselves. So I think that's a super dope idea. Just dropping a couple pieces so everybody can have their own individuality when it comes down to your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think it makes it feel exclusive, and
Right,
whether it's relationships or otherwise, people want to feel like they're exclusive. So,
right,
um, having that complement you with your apparel that you have on, that gives you the total makeup of exactly what you represent. So,
exactly.
being one of one, we all are one of a kind. Nobody the
One,
same. So,
right, one on one.
you might as well look the part too.
That's right. So going into your next lane of business, which is a little bit of everything home improvement. So we spoke about this a little bit earlier when we first started talking. When you say about your dad kind of like put you on game with that. Like, so how did that business come about? Like your own home improvement business? 'Cause that's a
Say
lot. Like,
that
that's a
last.
lot.
You said my pops.
Yeah, you earlier when we was talking, you said he put you on
Oh
to
yeah,
like the
cause I
home
couldn't hear
improvement.
you. Okay, you talking about how my pops inspired me. Um,
Yeah.
hey, look, listen. That's a true blessing because a lot of fathers out here ain't giving their child something they can carry on with. We
Mm.
as people in general, I think knowledge is one of the most important things that you can give someone. Something that they can carry on and utilize in their walk of life. So for it to be a craft such as home improvement, that was even super crazier because everyone is gonna always need something done to a house.
Always.
I don't care what it is. It's gonna be something. You know what I mean? So that automatically makes it something we call supply and demand. You have a product or you deliver a service that you got that is needed.
Hmm.
And you're gonna always be in business. You may have slow business, you may have fast business, but you're gonna always be in business as long as you continue to be good at it, not half-ass your business, and take your business very seriously. So,
Right.
me being able to do home improvement was super dope. And yeah, in the beginning, because I was younger, I wasn't really too fond of it because I didn't want to work. I wanted to play football. I wanted to rap, do
Right.
all these kind of things, right? You know what I mean? But being older and having that growth and it sticking with me naturally the way it did, it just I got back into it, and now I love it because it's another form of creating. It's another form of doing something for someone that they can appreciate, and that's
Right.
what I'm all about. So giving. So I think that's the dopest part. He's definitely one of the guys who inspired me the most in my life. So I appreciate him in that aspect.
So how has the business been for you? Like, how first of all, how long have you been doing home improvement?
I've learned home improvement since I was probably 13.
Hmm.
He had me, yeah, I was out there at 13 picking up hammers, nailing things, picking up whatever, you know what I mean, fixing whatever. And so that always stuck with me. And then I got into a company which I was building decks and additions, and that really turned me on to doing it more, seeing how it was and how things were actually made and created. Because when you look at a regular house or something, you don't get to see the things that get put into it to build your
Hmm.
home, an amount of
Right.
work and amount of things you have to know to be able to do it, to having that skill set. So turning something from nothing has always been something that I pride myself on, is creating, having
Yeah.
a blank canvas and turning it into a masterpiece. So I'm always continue to do that. And then not to mention that Capricorn side in me, who's such a competitive person, who wants to just be the best at everything. That part of me thrives me and compels me to continue to be better. And that's always a plus.
That's right. That's just in us. Like, it's just like it's no going backwards type thing. It's like once we get here, it's like we gotta go here, we gotta go here, we gotta go here. It's just all steady moving up. You know what I mean? Especially when you kind of like learn from your mistakes, or you learn um that stuff not gonna always go like a certain way. You gotta have a plan A, plan B, plan C, so you can always make some money, always be in the mix. So like oh shit, hold on. So how has the business been? Like when did you decide to go ahead and have your own like business as far as home improvement instead of working under your father?
Well, when I was doing home improvement, when I was doing building decks and additions, during the COVID situation and everything, losing that job and everything, it was that at that point it was me making a choice whether to go back and find another job or do it on my own. So I chose to do it on my own. And you had to have a lot of guts to actually put away something that's a steady income and to take a shot in the dark, so to speak, because you don't know what to expect. So it took some balls. But one thing about me, I got tired of working for other people and understanding the amount that you could be making versus the amount that you are making if you actually do the work yourself. It's a huge difference. So you figure if I go in there and do an addition for that cost total of $15,000 and you're getting paid as a worker, you're getting paid $16 an hour. Do the math on, and let's say it takes you 1 week. Do the math on how much money the company actually made versus how much you made. You probably brought in $500 for that week to bust your tail,
right?
And they just sat there and made about $12,000 off of you. Like, I could do the work myself.
Right. Why am I working for you?
It's just a matter of putting it now. It's just a matter of, you gotta add you gotta have multiple hats on. So you gotta do your invoices, you gotta do the actual work, you gotta talk to the customer, you gotta promote. So now you become all these people in one. You become the complete company yourself.
Right.
That's the difference. So that means you can't take no days off.
So speaking of taking days off, I mean that's a project. How often? Okay, so is it just you? You just do everything like under your business? Is just you are the only one, or you have like somebody who help you?
No, I got another business partner, and my uncle comes. You know what I mean? He works with me. So we actually did a project together not too long ago, and because I like to keep money in the family, I really do. You know what I mean? That's what I would prefer. So if you ain't got no knowledge, here, come here. I'm gonna pay you, and I'm gonna teach you at the same time.
That's right.
So at least I get to teach you a trade that was taught to me, pass that knowledge on, and you get paid for it. So right. In essence, you're almost an apprentice, but you're getting paid for it. Yeah. So I like to because I'm a teacher, I'm a natural teacher. I love to teach people things. I like to give people knowledge and things that they can take on with them. So it really depends on the project, and it depends on the amount of people you got, which will give you how long it'll take you to complete the project. But we try to do it in an efficient amount of time. So the more shorter the time and the better the quality you give them, the more jobs you can continue to have.
Right. Makes sense. So how do people find you? Like, as far as, how do they see your work? How do you promote that business? Because that's a different, you got several different businesses. So how do you find time to actually show your skills when it comes to home improvement and promote?
When it comes to the home improvement part, it's the biggest thing you can have on your side is word of mouth with that kind of thing, and having business cards. I put my business cards anywhere from Staples to a barbershop to a restaurant. They always got boards everywhere where you can pop a card right there on that board, that little cork board, and keep it moving. And you'd be surprised how many callbacks you get because of all the areas that people need things done to their home. So that's been my biggest thing. And then of course, I have my portfolio, and I also have the email address and even social media. I post on social media things that projects that I've done, the before and after, so people can actually get to see the work that I do.
So, all right. So, your father gave you the key as far as the home improvement, right? So fatherhood, because you say you have a son. Of course, I know you have a son. So how important is it for you to be able to leave something for your son as far as the knowledge, you a teacher. You say you're a teacher, like to teach. So, being a black man and being a father, like, how important is it for your son to know and see, like, okay, it's levels. It's not, everything don't come easy. You gotta work hard for what you want. Um, that's a big deal. As from a father to a son, like how your dad did. So, I want you to like elaborate, explain, like how what that mean to you as far as with your son.
That's everything. That is absolutely everything because for me it's all about leaving behind a legacy, and he is that legacy. So when it comes to my son, I learned from the relationships of me and my father. Take those things that I learned from that, put my spin on it, put my own twist on it, because times have changed. You can't be stuck
Right.
in. So I can't be teaching them about a flip phone if we're in the days of iPhones. So
Right.
being able to take what I learned and evolve it, and then and be completely honest with him and straightforward with him about the reality of the world. I don't like to sugarcoat things with him. So because when we have our conversations, I don't want him to feel like he has to do the same. So I talk to him as if I would like to be talked to. So we have a great communication with that because I'm honest with him, and also allowing him the freedom to be able to explore and experiment things, because he may not ever be in home improvement, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But as long as he's doing something productive and positive and he's making a change, that's all I can ask for. I'm gonna just allow him to continue to still learn those things. I introduce as much as I can to him. He can take what he can take from that, and then he run with whatever he utilizes from it and become himself. I want him to become an individual, his own self. That's why I didn't name him a junior. So, because I
Mm-hmm.
want him to have his own individuality.
That's probably his own person. I mean, yeah, his own.
His own
Have
him.
his own
I know I
person.
joke
Yeah,
about
his
having
own
a
person.
twin, but no. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I just want to say shout out to you, man, because you're doing so many things, and like a lot of people come home like from the penitentiary and stuff like that, and they kind of some people fall back to their old habits. So I think it's it mean a lot for people to see like it can happen. Like you can come home or whatever, you could be in a bad situation at one point in life, and you can turn it around and make it into something positive. Like especially the fact that you like to give back and teach and all that good stuff like that. So I just want to say shout out to you for being a black man and getting out here and stepping and doing all these things and having all these different avenues. And on top of that, just being a great dad, leading by
Thank you.
example, showing your son um, that how a man's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That in this society, we need more. I'm not even gonna say we need more because they're there. It's just they don't get the praise. They don't get their flowers. They don't, you don't talk about men being great as often as we should, the ones that who are. So I just want to say, shout out to you and congratulations on all these different lanes you have, all these avenues of money and that you have and that you created because it's a big deal. But is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about? You want to speak on?
Oh well, not really, but there's one thing I want to add. Because you just mentioned about being incarcerated. That right there definitely that changed my life. More than a lot of other things in my life. Being incarcerated because of when your freedom is taken away and you have to be told when to eat, when to sleep, when to wake up, how long to sleep, things of that nature. You start looking at life in a completely different way when you come
Mm-hmm.
home and you realize like the difference in freedom. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Yes.
that right there makes you realize what's important, the things that are really important, even the little things that we may overlook on our normal daily life that are extremely important, and also being able to be strong enough to sustain the amount of trauma that you can go through being in the system. I mean, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't really understand how traumatic those kind of experiences can be, and because mental health is real, and you don't
Yep.
know what people are going through in their life. So you gotta really be careful on how you treat people as well. So that
That's right.
also teaches you how to deal with different personalities in life and to respect these people in a different kind of way too, because you never know what someone is going through,
Right.
and you gotta be real mindful of that.
You gotta
Like,
be
you know, like
kind.
people with road rage. People with road rage. People, you go down the highway, you beep the horn at somebody because they didn't got in front of you. You don't know what just happened to that person.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you getting shot at or like anything. I was watching a movie one time, lady beat the horn at the guy. And the whole movie was him chasing this lady trying to kill her. The whole
Oh, I
entire
seen
movie.
that. I seen that movie. Yup.
Crazy, but the message in that is real. You do not know what people are going through, so you got to act accordingly, and be respectful to each other.
That's it. That take you a long way. Just genuinely being nice or being kind, like holding the door for somebody. Please, thank you, excuse me, how you doing? Those things are free, and it's just like if it's in you, like. Do you know? If you know, you know. Like I try my best when I'm outside just to be like, cause you don't know. Like, and they don't know what I'm going through, but it still don't hurt me to be nice. Just cause I had a bad day, I'm still gonna hold the door for you. I'm still gonna say excuse me or whatever the case may be. It's just, you know, it at this point in life, it's like every little thing can set you back. Any little thing. And I ain't. If you know, if you done had losses before, then you don't have no more time for setbacks. You don't have no more time for L's, none of that. So I think, like you said, just
Facts.
being cautious and just being genuine and being nice and being kind, it just really take you a long way. Like it really does. Like I mean that.
It absolutely does. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Because when I got locked up when I was 18 and I came home, mentally I was still 18.
Right.
You know, because everything, it was like everything had completely frozen. Next thing I come out, it's like I'm seeing iPhones. What is this? What is this? I don't understand this. Why? How do you work this thing right here? So, you know what I mean? Being able to mentally go through that transition and to be strong enough and have the willpower enough and to keep yourself sane enough to actually want to get up and be better every single day. It takes a lot. So you definitely want to cherish your moment.
No question. But so we covered everything. We said everything we supposed to say.
Everything is covered.
Everything is covered. All right. Well, again, I need you to reiterate your social media handles so anybody want to contact you about home improvement, your clothing, jewelry, or whatever. Go ahead, let them know where they can find you at and all that good stuff.
Okay, on Facebook, my regular is Juan Bravo Kenny. That's JUAN Bravo Kenny KENNEY. I'm Bravo of VA on Instagram. That's Bravo of VA on Instagram. You can email me if you got any type of thing that you want done to your house. You can email me at alboehis@yahoo.com. That's a little bit of everything home improvement service. That's the acronym for it. So all you got to do is put that in there. Once again, the clothing is Wisdom Apparel. That's WIZDEMAPPAREL. I got it that time.
You got it.
Hey, I'm about to get back my Scrabble. I'm about to stop playing Scrabble again. No joke.
Hey, it put you on. Get you right.
Real talk. Yep. Facts. And then the last one is Jariyah&Co. JARYAH_CO.
Boom. All right, so I'm gonna say it again. I really appreciate you. This was a dope interview as always. You repping for those black men, those black entrepreneur fathers out here, you stepping on everything. I appreciate you. My birthday twin, so I already know you're gonna step on everything. So I love to watch the process. I like how when people come on here, they say stuff and they kind of like do it, and I see it over time. So you already know I'm be following you, watching you, whatever. So, and don't forget to send me the link to the battle rap.
Yep, I got you.
So I can put it on my
Battle
page.
Coalition. I got
you. So anybody who's interested, they can go and see and check out what you got going on as far as that lane is concerned. But for me and you, it's a wrap for this interview. I appreciate you greatly.
Likewise.
It's on YouTube too, so I'll send you that link once we get off here, and you have the link, and you can do whatever. You can post it, whatever you want to do with it, you'll have it. So I appreciate you. Congratulations on everything. And it's a wrap.
Likewise to you.
Thank you.
I love the podcast. I love what you're doing. Super dope.
Thank you. So that's it for us. Bye, y'all.
Peace.